on the top now. No, nothing can move you.
Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Brown Show. I'm your humble host, Bobby Bob TV Brown. Today I want to talk about JFK Jr., who is creeping up in the polls. We knew that was going to happen. Marianne Williamson, God bless her heart, trying her best to get up the ladder with her scathing reports of the Democratic Party and how they should be and how they used to be and all that kind of crap, and how it should be still. And I'm here to bring it back to that point of view, bring it back to FDR status, which is not a good status with black people. But she, bless her heart, she's trying. It already was a long shot for her in the first place, and then nobody thought, not even Carol Kalinske, he thought it was going to be a smooth sailing straight to the primary, and knew that all of a sudden she's going to get opportunity to debate Joe Biden, which that was not going to happen. You know, the DNC, we're going to talk about that in a moment. The DNC is an organization. It is not a political entity. It is a corporation. And they have bylaws and rules and regulation that they can change at will. It's just the way it is. And when you decide to sign up to run in that party, you become subjugated to that rule. Why would you subjugate yourself to that rule unless you thought they was going to be favoring you over him? Only a dummy would think that. Even when it comes to Robert F. Kennedy, RK Jr., even though he has a little bit more to offer than Marianne Williamson, which ain't saying much, you are in that same party. This is a political party that may have been involved with FBI that probably took your uncle or your dad out. We don't know these things. But you want to run in these political apparatuses instead of becoming a juggernaut on your own outside of the party structure. You got the name recognition, you got the ability, you got the power. You got people on the right that you got people on the left that like you. People on the right, thanking God for your free speech stance and your stance on COVID and not doing mandates and things like that. And you got the people on the left with the climate change, consumer affairs and things like that. People like you on both sides. What about Marianne Williamson? So I like to call this, I like to call these segments Today in Marianne Williams News, which ain't no news at all. Robert F. Kennedy has surpassed her. Robert F. Kennedy is having a steady pace of being on a poll over 10%. Now, usually if you don't make 6% or let alone 10%, you don't get a chance to debate. This is when they are having their qualification for debates. These people haven't even put no qualification for the debate. It should be one straight overall qualification. When it was in the hands of the Women of League of Nations or something like that, or Women's League or something, I forgot. There were criteria on both left and right. Problem is, we're starting to let these parties determine who get to debate them, when it should never be the party. It should always be the people who determine that. Now, me personally as a politician, you ain't got to debate me. I will have my own town halls, and I will put up signs saying, I'm inviting Joe Blow to meet me here to debate. To not show up, I mean, you're a punk, you're a coward, you're scared of the big dog. You have nothing to offer. You're scared of me. I'll be like Mr. T on Rocky. I showed you that video earlier. I'll be like Mr. T on Rocky calling you out. It's all politics. It's my time, fool. Why you ducking me? Why you running me, fool? You know I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you bad, fool, real bad. But you're scared you're ducking me. You don't want to debate me because you got nothing. That's how I'll be. So my advice to anybody running for office, if a person don't want to debate you and you know you meet the qualifications, you call them out. Say, yeah. Oh, we're going to have a debate. I'm going to let me rent the hall. Let me have the staff there. Let me invite every news media participant there. I'm going to have a town hall against this person. Either he going to prove that he got balls and guts and show up, or if he don't, he's just a coward hiding under a rock, like I always knew he was. I mean, that's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it. Now, anyway, they ain't going to do no debates because they're a bunch of cowards anyway, but you got to do what you got to do, Robert Kennedy. I would say Marion Williamson, but Joe Poland ain't all that. Matter of fact, you're dipping in the polls just like Joe Biden. But let's get to it. I'm going to get to this particular story. My story today is why the media is trying to blow off the rise of RFK Jr. in this election. I think I know the reason why they're doing it, but that should not be the reason why they're doing that, if you get what I'm saying. I know what that ain't. That why. At the end of the day, the DNC controls everything. So they control whether you debate or not. But let's say that you have to debate. Let's say that no matter what, you're still running in a race in the primaries, whether you want to recognize or not Simone Sanders. There is a primary. You got 3 people running right now, Marion Williamson, RFK Jr., and Joe Biden. Who knows if Gavin Newsom ain't going to throw his old line con artist scheming behind in the hat too. But RFK decided to run in March 2023. And all I see is newspaper articles like these right here. Let me go. Allergies or something else. All right, so you see articles like this. And I'm going to go through these articles. So you see an article right here. And you can't see it because this software I have right here. It says, yikes, Biden is at 60% against Kennedy and Williamson in the new CNN poll. Now, mind you, this is a CNN poll. This is a Joe Biden bias poll. Everybody at CNN are kissing the wrinkled up butt cheeks of Joe Biden. Left and right. They're so wrinkled up, you can just, twist it like a rag and say, mwah. That's what CNN does. That's what MSNBC does. But CNN in particular are professional Joe Biden. They're the butt cheek arm media, but they are the media. But they had the cameras on Donald Trump podium during 2016, and Donald Trump was there, CNN and all them. This time they got him on the butt cheeks of Joe Biden, just camera just there, waiting for one of them to come mwah, kiss a butt cheek. It's a Democratic layer. So of course they're gonna say 60%. They're not telling you the fact that he's at 60%. I'm gonna let that marinate. Joe Biden is at 60%, not 80%, not 90%, 60%, according to CNN poll. Now we're not talking about Rasmussen. We're not talking about all these colleges, their polls. Most of them elite colleges in New York. We're not talking about those polls. We're talking about a CNN poll, a Biden butt kissing poll. They're spinning the narrative here saying 60%, not talking about the 40%. Joe Biden is losing ground. And it says against Kennedy and Williamson in a new poll. Now, am I able to read this article the way they got it up here? No. I got to find a way to highlight these articles. Former CNN poll out today, 60% of Democrats and Democratic-leaning voters say they back Biden for the top of next year's Democratic ticket. Now, how are you going to mix that up? Is it Democratic-leaning? Democratic leaning is those who more than likely vote Democrats. Then you got the people that die hard Democrats. I don't care, man. I'm a Democrat to the day I croak. Man, I want the man when I die on my casket. I want the circle with the D on my casket. And I don't want horses trotting me to the funeral home. I want a few donkeys. 20% favor activist and lawyer Robert F. Kennedy Jr. 20%. See, that's not a headline news. The headline news is Joe Biden is 60% of the poll ahead of JFK and Marianne Williamson. That's not saying nothing. The real news is JFK in a short period of time is at 20%. It is May going into June. He launched in March. He launched this race in March. In less than 3 months, he's polling at 20%. But yet they will try to blow this thing off. Kennedy was at 21% in the Emerson poll in late April, but the poll had Biden at 70%. That's in the neighborhood of Pat Buchanan's, whatever. Finish against George H.W. Bush in 1992. Is President Biden still the most likely 2024 Democratic presidential nominee? Yes. According to the polls, yes. Are they online polls? No. These people who call people, mainly probably elderly people. They never tell you who they call, what time they call. Never tell you that. Never tell you that at all. I don't know what this crap is popping up. Some kind of advertisement crap. Yes, but at this rate, he's going to limp to the nomination and enter the general election as a tremendously weak incumbent. Now, they're doing this, CNN is doing this to make you feel guilty. That same CNN survey found just a third of Americans say Biden winning in 2024 would be a step forward or a triumph for the country. Most of Americans, Democrats, let alone Americans, don't think Joe Biden should run again. They believe Joe Biden should step down. Now, my question is, let's say Joe Biden step down. Who are you going to replace him with? Kamala Harris? Come on. Hey, get out of here. The one who act like she's black when she's really Asian and think black people are dumb, and she got like umpteen% of black and majority of her is Asian, mostly East Indian. And her daddy probably got a little bit Indian. I know he has Scotch-Irish in him. And Jamaican don't mean black. It's majority of black place, but it don't mean black. Just like African-American doesn't mean black. Get this in your thick skull. African-American don't mean black. And when people make that statement, you stop them in their track and say, what do you mean African-American black? Are you talking about foundational black or African-American? Because Elon Musk is an American living in, an African living in America. Charlene Theron is an African living in America. There are plenty of white people that are African-American. But there's no such thing as a white foundational black American. No such thing. They might have some white in their blood. Like Obama. May have that white in them. But there's no such thing. Now, nobody believes that this is a step forward and people are going to be reluctantly voting for Joe Biden because they going to fall for the fear monger, scared Trump going to kill us all. We going to go in World War 45. And I mean, this World War 3 going to be so bad it's going to last 42 more world wars. Oh, God. Ron DeSantis. Oh, God. He burning books. Oh, God. Joe Biden is the best man. He's a nice guy. He's just like the motherfuckers. Just like a motherfucker. He's just too old to aggressively legislate like he used to, man. Because back in the early, Biden was a vicious dude, man. He'd make Ron DeSantis look like a pup. A pup. It made Trump look like a man that don't know what he's doing. All right, so let's enter that article. So Joe Biden is at 60% in the polls. RFK is 20%. Now people saying, ain't gonna get no fun. Dude, it's only 3 months in from him announcing that he's running. The election ain't this November, bruh. The election is next November. Not this November. You're sitting at 20%, not 5, not 4% Marion or 6% Marion. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. 10% marrying, which is unlikely. We're talking about 20%. And I just announced a few months ago. And I got some Republicans, because they know I ain't going to put them through a mandate and force their job and force their hand and make them lose their careers over a mandate. They know I ain't going to do that. They know that I'm questionable about some of these vaccines that come out quick, and some of these vaccines are alone tested. They say I'm anti-vax, but I've gotten plenty of vaccine. I just don't trust the way they rolled this one out, which is my right, and which should be everybody's right. I'm for free speech. I don't care what you say and who you are. You can say it. I just ignore you, let it go out one another year, or or I just toughen my skin with what you say can't offend me. Oh, you offend me. We need to change the laws. We need to become like Nazi Germany and take away free speech because you're saying things that hurt people and you're saying things about me, and it's misinformation. Shut up, that mess. They like them. Black people roll with them, and black people gonna roll with them because hey, that's John F. Kennedy's grandson. You know, the Kennedys love black people. You know, that's Joe Kennedy boy. You mean bigoted Joe Run Liquor Kennedy that could care less about black people and run them over if he can? Get out of here. You know, that Robert Kennedy, he was going to take his brother's place, and him and King and all them was close, and they were all at the campfire with marshmallows and crackers and chocolate, and they had s'mores. And they sang great songs like, Come By Here, My Lord, and We Shall Overcome One Day. Robert Kennedy was there. He even sung a solo. So that's how ignorant some of us are. Oh, that's RFK boy. Oh, he got my vote. That man could be a flaming bigot, a racist, and I'm not saying he is, but he could be. And you just saying, oh, that's Robert F. Kennedy boy. Oh, I know he got our back. Them Kennedys always had our back since circa 1963. Man, if you don't circle your behind, sit down. Now, for some reason, these things are not showing up on my screen. I don't know, but I'll read them to you. All right, here's another article. This is Washington Post. I don't know what's going on with this computer. I don't know if you can see that. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. threats to Biden is inflating in the polls. Here why. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. threat to Biden is inflated in the polls. So they're trying to give an excuse saying, letting you know, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. ain't doing nothing to Biden. Biden's going to be the nominee no matter what. No matter what. I don't care if the polls show him 75 and Biden 2. It's all a lie. Don't believe the polls. Joe Biden got this in the bag. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Well, let's read this. The good news for President Biden. Always good news for Biden. Oh, I got some good news for Joe Biden. Don't worry about that RFK boy. Yeah, don't worry about that quack, that anti-vaxxer, that don't worry about that lunatic, that fringe. The good news for President Biden just launched 2024 re-election bid, and that for now, it doesn't appear as though he will include a serious primary challenger. You can't do this stupid stuff. That's why they had to say, it doesn't appear that it will include a serious primary challenger. You got a serious primary challenger. If you're going to be basing on these poll numbers, 20% is serious. 20% in 3 months, and you got a long legendary name, and you were right-hand man to Obama, Barack Obama. Y'all ate ice cream together and wore your shades together and rode around in Joe Biden's Corvette, Obama. The one who Obama said, black people, listen to me. This is your guy. This is your man. Support Joe. Get out there and vote, 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 vote. Support Joe. Vote, 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 vote. This is the guy. Come on, people. The bad news is that he's ceding a significant and more potential embarrassing chunk of voters to an anti-vaccine activist. So here we got the Washington Post Jeff Bezos' newspaper doing a smear ad against RFK to give him demerits, to make him look bad, to make him looking bad to the black people who like the Kennedys. But let me tell you something, people. Black people don't give a crap about no anti-vax, whether you for the vax or not. Black people ain't worried about that stuff. Stop with that mess. Miss me with that. Black people could care less. Yo, you got the vax? Hell no. I got double vax. You ain't get vax? You a smart man. I'm a dumb man, or I'm a dumb man. You smart. That's it. You ain't get the vaccine. We are not going to stop eating food with you. We're not going to stop hanging out in the club with you because you ain't get no shot. We ain't going to stop smoking weed for y'all weed smokers. We not going to stop hanging out. We ain't going to stop going to strip club, bro. Look, vaccine or all. Just don't let her put her breast in your face, man. You might catch COVID because she ain't wiping them things down with Lysol. Black people don't care about that stuff. You know who care about that stuff? These loft liberals. These $60,000 plus New York liberals and the people who they can weave under their fingers, these so-called Democratic numbnuts or the occultists. And I say the same thing for Republicans too. These occultists, whatever they say in media, I believe it. Whatever the president say, I believe it. Whatever the vice president say, I believe it. If they say y'all need to lose y'all job if y'all don't get the vaccine, y'all need to lose y'all job. Y'all stop with this stupid occulted behavior. Black people don't care nothing about nobody was getting no vaccine. For you calling Robert F. Kennedy an anti-vaxxer, which he is not. The man doesn't got vaccines. Most of the people that you're calling anti-vax have been vaccinated before and probably will be get vaccinated again. The problem is they're going to look and research the vaccine you're trying to put in my arm. What you doing? Well, we got an update on the vaccine. Well, I need to update my knowledge on this vaccine, bro. You better take that needle somewhere before I bust you in your jaw. You ain't sticking anything in me. Well, we got a nothing. Step off. We are not that serious about somebody being called anti-vaccine. And most of y'all people out here dumb. Just because somebody don't have a trust in a particular vaccine don't make them anti-vaxxer. They may be questionable about this one and chilling until they get more research on it, until they get more data on it and stuff like that. Don't mean they hate anti-vax. They're just saying I'm not gonna take it right now until I feel like I'm comfortable to take it. I'll take it when I feel like it's right for me to take it. Because y'all ain't gonna push me to take it. Now, let me keep going. Multiple recent polls show Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pulling double digits. I repeat, multiple recent polls show Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pulling double-digit support in the primary. So for Breastosaurus herself, shoulder upon shoulder, Green Bay Packers full defense end Simone Sanders, for you to say there will be no primary is a reminder. There is a primary. This states it. Multiple recent polls show Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pulling double-digit support in the primaries, including the Fox News survey. That showed it Wednesday. It showed him at 19%. I don't know what it showed Marion Williamson. Did she get any percent? Did she get a cent? Did she get a per? Did she get something? The network has frequently covered Kennedy's campaign, interviewed him more than once over the past week or so, as certain Republicans have made clear they see utility in elevating Kennedy to undercut Biden. Why you assume that the reason they're elevating Kennedy is undercut? You sound like them fools that said the reason they haven't Bernie Sanders on, because Fox News had Bernie Sanders on. Fox News got Democratic consultants on. Donna Brazile, you name it. Harold Ford, you name it. Why them having John F. Kennedy on their platform is the reason they did it was undercut. No, the reason they did is because they're going to help that man get a voice because you're silencing his voice. Because you don't want nobody to challenge Biden. Why? Because you are a Democratic shield for Biden. You're another Democratic arm, media arm for the Democratic Party, Washington Post. Just like CNN is a Democratic arm of the party. You are the news wing for the Democratic Party. And you're mad at Fox because they decided to put this Democrat running your party on their show to talk about their vision for America. Anti-vax mama, get out of here. Undercutting Biden. Nobody undercutting Biden. Biden undercutting himself. He's doing a good job all by himself. He don't need nobody. And this was usually happen in the primaries. The moment you start talking about where he is not doing right, they're saying that you're undercutting Biden. Your rhetoric is strong. Your negative is going to cause him to go down in the poll. Nope. Why is the truth is going to cause somebody to go down in the poll? It's the truth that's causing somebody to go down the poll. Me telling the truth ain't causing that person to go down in the poll. It's the truth of what that person has done and is doing right now that's causing him to go down in the polls. Don't get mad at me because it's true. But no, it's just elevating, undercutting. Fox is doing that. Fox is elevating Robert F. Kennedy and undercutting Joe Biden. You guys got to be kidding me. So what are you guys doing? You're undercutting Robert F. Kennedy by not having him on and elevating Joe Biden. You won't even have Joe Biden on. And I can see you people now, and I hear you all the time. I'm not having that anti-vaxxer on. I'm not having that man. He's undercutting Joe Biden. How? Let's say he did. Let's see the man had a greater vision and people were able to buy in the vision. That's America. That's the process of electoral politics. You state your vision and people buy into your vision. You state how you implemented that vision before, and you stated how certain parts of that vision have been a success in certain areas. If you ain't got that kind of makeup, then nobody need to listen to your so-called vision. Most of the stuff that Joe Biden had talked about he was going to do haven't panned out yet. And then here he comes from another 4 years. Look, I need 4, like Obama did in 2012. Look, come on, black people, I need you again. I didn't hear you the first time, but the next 4 years, I got you. My legacy is on the line. I have no reason not to do for you. I've done for LGBTQ. I've done for the DACA. I've done for everybody but you. But this next term is all about you. The network has frequently covered Kennedy. I keep going. How much might the candidate actually undercut? Hear their stuff with this bull crap. Undercut Biden. It probably is worth not overselling the early polls for a few reasons. The National Review this week published an article suggesting that such a double-digit performance from Kennedy could prove costly for Biden. So what? No incumbent president in the last 50 years has ceded that much after the vote to the primary challenger and won re-election in order. In other words, you are so nervous. You're so nervous that him being in the polls this early at 20% has never happened in history that somebody this early undercut an incumbent. This is bad. You see this is bad. You don't know how to deal with this damage. So all you can do is smear Robert F. Kennedy, anti-vaxxer, Trump approved. He's really a Republican in disguise. He's a Manchurian candidate. He's an agent to stop Joe Biden and get Trump reelected and all that kind of bull crap. No, that man is a man who has the vision for America, and he wants to share that vision with her. Now, do I like the vision or not? Some things I do, most of it I don't. He has nothing in there for black people, therefore he ain't getting my vote. But I do like his ideas on not pushing the mandate, alternative medicines during crisis, uh, and freedom of speech. I do like those things about him. Even some climate issues, I like that about him. Do I think he's going to win a nomination? No. And I'm going to explain that to you because the system is rigged. And again, just like Marion Williamson, I don't understand why you so-called intellectual people decide to run in a party that's going to kneecap you. Heck, they ain't going to kneecap you. They're going to Jason Voorhees take an axe and chop you off from the top of your head all the way to the end of your torso and split you in half. And you know this. And you want us to take that ride with you. And sorry, I'm not going to go on that ride. I'm just not. I already know what's going to happen in the movie. I've seen it before. You're kissing on the girl and you're at Camp Lake, whatever, and you're in the room together and y'all kissing. And after y'all finish doing your thing, you're going to wash up, you're going to get a drink or get some water. And Jason behind the refrigerator, and he chopped you from the top of your head to your torso and you split in half. That's what's going to happen to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. That's what happened. Excuse me. That's what's going to happen to Marion Williamson. Joe Biden, like the Brestosaurus herself said, Joe Biden's going to be the nominee anyway because the system is rigged to make him the nominee. No matter how many steps you take forward, they're going to knock you back. Ask Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard met the donation requirement. Okay, you met the donation requirement? Dang. All right, let's up the donation requirement. She ain't going to make this one. That's how she got booted out. Tulsi made the poll requirement. Well, you got to be up in the poll numbers 10 points. Dang, she got up to 12 points. Let's push it up to 20. 20. You kneecapped her. That's what the Democratic Party do with that. And even if you do get to the end of the primaries and you're at the convention, they're going to call in the superdelegates to chop you in half. That's just the way it is. Now, I can go on and continue to read. This article is basically talking trash about R.F. Kennedy Jr. Again, another article designed to smear merchant R.F. Kennedy Jr. as a vaxxer, nutcase, autism type, all kind of bullcrap. They don't talk about the brilliant mind that he has as a leader in this world. So I can go on and on with different articles and keep saying the same thing. Here's another one. What to make of the alarming RFK polls? Here we go again. Smear merchant again. A noted anti-vaxxer is getting significant support in the presidential poll, but it may not be what it seems. In other words, I can't believe this anti-vaxxer is coming up in the polls. But let me lie to you and tell you, it ain't nothing. It's just nothing. Don't worry about it. Man, this anti-vaxxer, man, come on, man. I can't believe, like Obama said, I clearly don't believe, Donald Trump will be president. I don't think the world is dumb enough to vote for that idiot. I don't, nope. I refuse to believe that this world will like that numbnut like Donald Trump. They saying the same thing. I can't believe, and I'm not going to believe, that this anti-vax is going up in the polls. Don't pay these polls no mind. This guy is an anti-vaxxer. America will not elect an anti-vaxxer. First of all, again, just because I don't trust this vaccine don't mean I'm anti-vaxxer. Stop calling that man an anti-vaxxer. You're lying, you're smearing, and it should be a lawsuit against every paper that put that out. It's not that he's anti-vaxxer. He's just he just decided to wait until the verdict is out on this before he promote it. He has that right. This is America. Don't mean he anti. People get me with this stuff. And again, they're going to go and dog him out, in the efforts to contextualize just how poorly things have gone in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis' presidential aspiration of late. CNN wrote about how he's faring no better against Trump than a protest candidate against Joe Biden. So they're trying to say If you run for office, you're protesting Joe Biden. Man, if y'all don't get out of here with that bull crap, this is America. Every election, you should have challengers. You shouldn't have a free ride into the next 4 years. That's what you call dictatorship. That's what you call authoritarianism. You get to control who gets to be the president or not the people. In this country, every 4 years, you're up for re-election. I don't care if you're an incumbent or I don't care if you're a cucumber. Every 4 years, you're up for re-election. Every 2 years when it comes to the House of Representatives and every 4 years or 8 years or whatever, you're up for re-election. Now, honestly, I don't think you should have no more than 2 terms in no position. But for you to call him a protest candidate, get out of here. No, he's just a candidate who feel he has a better mission, and he wants to have that chance to tell people about. Same thing with Marianne Williamson. I mean, I'm not a Marianne Williamson stan, but she has that right to tell tell the American people what she has to offer them, and it's their choice whether they pick her over Joe Biden and RFK. Same thing with RFK. He tell his vision for America is up to the American people to determine whether he's going to support RFK or Marianne Williamson or Joe Biden and vice versa. Stop trying to make it seem like anybody run for office or anybody vote or look at vote for anybody other than Joe Biden is a protest candidate and a protest vote. Now, I don't mind a protest vote, tell you the truth. Protest votes are necessary. Protest votes are to say, look, you ain't do your job, and we got to spank your behind to remind you who control you. I am not voting for you. Well, who you going to vote for? A Republican? I ain't voting for no Republican. And even if I did, that's none of your freaking business. Who I vote for ain't your business. That's why they put a black curtain at the booth when I go in, because it's none of your freaking business who I vote for. This is America. I don't have to vote for neither one of you turkeys if I don't like you. If you haven't proven your point on why I should vote for you, other than bigot, racist, fear, war, crazy man, you got to come better than that. Because all of y'all are like that. It's not just that person. You like that too. So I protest you and I protest them. But at the bottom line, at the end of the day, it's not a protest. You have a right to vote for whoever have a better vision for America. That's not a protest. Matter of fact, that's what you call recess, and promote. Big up, lift up. If Joe Biden did his job and did it the right way, he wouldn't have to worry about a protest vote. And at the end of the day, you are American. You have a right to vote for whoever you want. It's not a protest. It's a choice. It's a choice. You didn't do your job, so I decided to hire somebody else. That's not me protesting you. Your job, when they fire you, they didn't fire you because they wanted to protest you. They fired you because you didn't do your job, and they hired somebody that they gonna get in your place to do your job. That's not a protest against you. Let these idiots fool you. Go read these articles. I'm not going to read all these articles, man. I've been on here too long. But you get what I mean. They're trying to undercut Robert F. Kennedy by every means necessary to shame them. Now, I can go into these polls numbers and let you see some of these polls. Now, mind you, Robert F. Kennedy started his race in March. And most of these polls are showing him from 10% to 20%, and he's only been in for 3 months. 16.8 is the RCP average. 20 points in the CNN poll. 16 points in the Fox News. 12 points in Marquette. 19 points in the Rasmussen poll. I can go on and on and on, but I'm not. you go to Real Clear Politics and get a look at the polls. I say once every week.
Standing on the top now.
I say once every week, take time out to get an update on the polls. Don't buy into what news articles are telling you about the polls because you know they always gonna come with some bull crap concerning the polls. Oh, you know, Joe Biden is holding a steady 2% over RFK. I know he's at 98% now, but Joe Biden is holding a steady 2%. Things can change. Get out. A vote for RFK is a vote against Joe Biden. Whatever. Whatever you want to say. Whatever. Yeah, you're going to say whatever you want to say. Okay, I'm protesting. Whatever. I just like the man because he got a better vision, and that's the reason why I'm supporting him. Joe Biden didn't do the job. I only supported Joe Biden to get the Trump out because y'all made me believe that our number one goal is to get Trump out because he's going to cause a nuclear holocaust. And right now, Joe Biden is in, and he's about to cause a nuclear holocaust. So my vote was wasted. So it's going to be, you're wasting a vote, you're protesting a vote, you're hurting Joe Biden's chances of winning against Trump by talking the truth about his record. Keep your mouth closed. You ain't got to say nothing. Hold it in. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't do, man? If you don't get up out my face, just because you're too much of a punk to realize the truth, which you do realize, and to speak it, that's not my problem. I'm going to speak it, whether you like it or not. Because people need to know, and people need to investigate. People need to see if what I'm saying is true. This dude, man, so much stuff that Joe Biden is doing. So much stuff that he's doing. You can't prove that he had anything with blowing up that pipeline over there in Russia. You can't prove it. The man said that he's trying to stop all that. You can't prove that his son was involved with the Ukraine and he held money back and blackmailed that man so they could fire the prosecutor. You can't prove it. The fool said it on a videotape that he did it. Stop. Stop with this, man. Stop with this Biden butt kissing. It's just like these Trump nut huggers. Dude, you're holding the nuts too hard. Let them breathe a little bit. Trump ain't all that. Biden ain't all that. Stop. Just stop it. Neither one of these people, you get a disease or you're in the hospitalized, they ain't gonna call you. They ain't coming to see you. Yet you up here nut hugging and butt kissing. Stop. Stop. And you preferring one media over another. I watch Fox News because they're more balanced. Well, I watch CNN because they love to dump on Trump, and I like to watch Fox News because they love to dump on Biden. I've had it with this stuff. I've had it. The news media, whack. Fox News, whack. Slate, wax. Whack. Breaking Point, wax. Steve Bannon's, his crap. All this stuff is nothing but propaganda bull crap. All of it is designed to make one look bad so the other one look good, hoping that you'll vote for them. You need to do your own research. You need to do your own looking into. Don't put your trust in no politician. Don't put no trust in their managers. Don't put no trust in what they say. Don't put no trust in what they do. Only trust your instinct, guts. Investigate, educate, and then try to relate before you get to those polls. If they ain't relating, you don't need to be voting for. And honestly speaking, at this moment, I have not found my candidate yet. Closest person to what I wanted in a race is a person who pushing reparation, and that was Marianne Williamson. But she has so many other bad issues, so many war hawkish issues. Her respect for Joe Biden makes me sick. Her respect and her her resolve to bring back the FDR style of Democratic Party makes me freaking want to throw up. I'm done. The news media doing themselves like out Robert F. Kennedy. They're gonna always come up with these smear pieces. They're gonna. I mean, if Marion Williamson was in the polls in 20, like I said in the video, they'll be talking about her mysticism and her conjuring up the spirit of Eleanor Roosevelt for the Clintons to speak to and all that kind of stuff. That's what Bob Woodward said. They will be coming out all with all that stuff in the news. They got her, calling her widow, psycho, crystals, crystal ball, and all that kind. That's how they see Marion Williamson, and they see what you call it as a kooky anti-vaxxer, blah blah blah. But they won't talk about Joe Biden and how he is seen. In my book, he's seen as a homicidal, genocidal maniac who crafted policies to decimate the black community with drug war and with the crime bill. Instigated a war, started a drug war, got people hooked on drugs, got people to a position where they'll do anything to get a drug, lock those people up, feed the private prison system, feed the corporations, money in your pocket. And that's not just get out of here. Well, here in closing, at the end of the day, and I will reiterate, the Democratic Party is a corporation. It is not a political apparatus. They disguise themselves as a political entity when it's really a corporation. They have rule, regulation, and bylaws. The only thing they don't have is stock options. But they have rules, regulations, and bylaws. And anybody that decides to run in that party has to sign up to say, I understand and I will obey the rules. That's why Tulsi Gabbard and everybody else had to sit there and support Joe Biden, even though they may not wanted to. They had no choice because that was the sacrifice they had to make in order to run in that party. You sacrifice your freedom to do what you want when it comes to you being out of this campaign. You will voice your support for this homicidal, genocidal maniac by the name of Joe Biden. This bigot, pathological lying, bigot, racist with rape allegations, Joe Biden. You subjected yourself to our bylaws. You're supporting him. I don't care if he stood in Manhattan like Trump and shot somebody. You're going to love him. You're going to adore him. You're going to say, my good friend Joe, I've been knowing Joe Biden for a long time. He's a nice guy. He's caring. You're going to do whatever you can to not smear him anymore. Now you're lost. It's your job to get by his side, fall in line, support him to the moon until he hits that position. That, my friend, is not a free person. That, my friend, is a person that's caught up in a cult. And you want help out the cult? Call 1-900, get out the Democratic Party, or you will lose your freaking mind. I'm Bobby Brown with the Bobby Brown Show. I'll let you later. Peace.